Good morning, everyone. Okay, so the code for today is 659933. So this is week 9. Don't forget your written test is next week, Wednesday. The venue still remain the same as DK4. I cannot find bigger venues. Okay, so your written test next week will be here. But I want you to fill up the front seat first. Don't sit at the back there. Sometimes I have to walk up and down. So I want you to sit in front. Okay. Another thing about next week written test. Okay. You are going to write in the question paper itself. Okay, the answer. But you can have 1 or 2 pieces of your own paper if, let's say, not enough space for you to write inside the question paper there. Okay, just prepare 1 or 2 pieces of paper if, let's say, you don't have enough space in the papers provided to you. Okay, so the written test will be 1 hour 15 minutes. So means that next week lecture, most probably I will start the test at 10:15. Okay, and then we will finish around 11:30. Then no lecture for that week. Okay, just after that you can take a break, whatever, before your next lecture and so on. Okay. Another thing about your written test next week, it actually covers up to the chapter 4. Okay, but chapter 4 more on the error scenario. Okay, more on the error scenario. Chapter 1, a little bit only, maybe around less, maximum 5 marks, I cannot remember, 3-4 marks only, from chapter 1. So the rest is from chapter 2 until chapter 3 mostly. Chapter 2 until chapter 3. Okay, so there will be 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. Okay, part 1 is theory, where I ask you to describe, explain everything. So that one more on to cover CLO1. CLO2 more on the related to your Z schema. So there are similar questions from your not scenario, similar way of questions from your tutorial, okay, up to tutorial 9. Okay, so please refer back to your tutorial on how to answer those kind of questions. Okay, and then mostly you are going to do Z schema operations and so on. Means that you have to do the operation schema, whether it is query schema or state query or change state schema. Okay, so those are actually from part 2. Okay, so mostly related to chapter 2 and chapter 3 from part 2. A little bit only around less than 10 marks are actually related to error scenario. Okay, so the rest are the marks comes from chapter 2 and chapter 3. Okay, so that is about your written test next week. I will not repeat again next week. You will see the paper. Okay, so because your tutorial today until your tutorial this week is until tutorial 9. So maybe some of you will not meet with either me or Miss Mazlinda this week because of tomorrow's National Day. So for my class, I will do some replacement before your test so that we can discuss tutorial 9. Okay, because your written test, if you understand how to do tutorial 9, actually you can do the error scenario in your test next week. Okay, so please pay attention on how to do that. Okay, so for today's lecture, I will finish up the chapter 4 from last week, where we have some of the error scenarios that we haven't finished. Okay, and then from there, okay, I will do one of the past year questions with you, but I forgot. I maybe have to download because I forgot to save into my. No. Got from last time. Okay, the past year questions. Okay, so if you know how to do this past year question, actually, around 50% from your final exam also, you don't have any problem already. Okay, just to let you know, because I cannot remember what I said last time because I have to submit by week 3 already last time your final exam. So mostly if you refer to this question, the past year question that I will discuss later today is around 50 marks. So if you can answer all, means in your final exam, half of the final exam already you can answer already. The rest you have theory questions. That one, of course. Then you have another, normally we'll have another questions related to other part also. Okay, so at least 50 marks, you don't have any problem already. Okay, just to let you know. Okay, so let's proceed with our chapter 4, final part of chapter 4 here. So just to let you know, okay, in your assignment, for example, okay, you are going to do complete schema. After you do the error scenarios, okay, error scenarios, if you remember, I told you, or I put inside the Google Classroom, okay, I said that it's better for you to create a 3-column table, okay, where you put first column is the schema name, second column is the precondition for success, another one is the third column will be the precondition of the failure. Okay, then from there you can see easily how many error scenarios that you are going to do for your assignment. Okay, when you do assignment, last week also I explained to you there are 2 ways of writing error scenarios. The one in the lecture slide here is actually the one that you do individually, means small error scenarios. So you can refer to the previous slides according to this. Okay, but also last week I explained to you on how to combine error scenarios into one. Because if you refer to your tutorial 9, you will see that the question normally, because those are actually, if I'm not mistaken, are from past year questions. Past year questions, normally we will ask you to create an error scenario for this schema. For this, let's say for the operation schema, let's say add customer, for example, you have 2 precondition. Okay, for add customer, let's say you have 2 precondition. In the error scenario, normally from the slide, we will do two error scenarios normally. The first one for the first condition, the second one for the second condition. That is what actually you have actually learned from last week. But in exam or past year exam, if you refer to your past year exam, normally the question will ask you prepare an error scenario schema. An error scenario means one error scenario. Means that if you have 2 preconditions, these 2 preconditions need to be combined into one error scenario only. Okay, for that operation. So please read the question carefully. If let's say in your written test, I'm not so sure written test I did like that or not. Okay, I cannot remember. But if let's say the question asks you to create one error scenario, make sure that you don't split the error scenarios. Put into one error scenario only. Okay, so maybe later we will see example on how to do that. Okay, so continuing from our last time, so when we do error scenario, okay, in your assignment normally you have to do something like this. We call this as complete schema. Okay, so this is the one that maybe later I will explain to you again how to do this complete schema. But in your test or in your exam, if the question asks you to do complete schema, remember this. Don't do this one. Don't do this one. The very long one, don't do this one. The one that you have to write only this statement. Okay, because the marks will be given to you only 2 or 3 marks only. Okay, remember, don't waste time to write the whole statement like this. No, okay, because for complete schema, we don't have time. You are going to have, let's say, exam. You have 2 hours on the exam. You don't have time to write a long complete schema. So the complete schema, if let's say there is a question asking you about complete schema in your test or in your exam, okay, don't do this part. Just write down this single statement here. That's all. So the statement here must be correct. Some of your seniors last time also got 0 for this one, putting wrong statement. So make sure that you know how to do this statement. This one will give you around 2 or 3 marks. according to the question. Okay? So we are not going to give you a lot of marks for complete schema, because totally, if you want to give you more marks, then you have to draw this one. So wasting your time, because this one will take a lot of time to do. You have to really check one by one. So we don't want to waste your time, because exam, let's say you have 2 hours only. So we don't want you to have that kind of wasting time just to do this. Assignment, yes. Assignment, you have to do this, because this is one part of the assignment, complete schema. Okay, different, exam, no need, but assignment, yes, you have to do this. Okay, so I will explain to you again later how to do this, because I think some of you have problem understanding what I am trying to tell you here. Okay, so mostly maybe I will take from one of your operation schema from tutorial, maybe previous tutorial. We will try to do error scenario for that. Okay, and then see how to do the error scenario for that. Okay, so let's proceed. Let's finish up with our error scenario. So this is another example of error scenario where normally what you have done is actually you have the type declaration, definition. You have the state space, for example, and then you have all the operations that you want to do. Okay, remember step by step. You have the basic type, you have the state space, you have the operation schema. After the operation schema will be so let's say this is your operation schema, and then after that you do the error scenario. Okay, before you proceed with the error scenario, my suggestion is just now is to do a table, okay, with 3 columns, at least for you to understand. If you understand, then this table is not important. It means that I didn't say not important, it's not needed for your assignment. But if you feel that you are confused on how to do error scenarios, my suggestion is for you to do table, okay, with 3 columns. Okay, I will explain to you how to do that again, okay, after the lecture, after this slides. Okay, means that you do 3 column table, then you do your information inside there. Because from the table, there may be parts there where you have the same error scenario. Let's say for add customer, a customer must not exist. But for update customer and also let's say remove customer, customer must exist. So same error scenarios here, because customer must exist. So you don't need to do 2 customer not exist error scenario. Just do 1 customer not exist error scenario. But from your table, you know, okay, these 2 are the same thing. So you don't have to duplicate or do triple or quadruple and so on. No need. Just do once is enough. Okay, so from there, from the table, you know how many error scenarios that you are going to do or to have. And then from there, from the error scenarios that you have in your table just now, then you start doing this one. Okay, you start doing this free type definition for your errors. Okay, you do free type definition. Let's say you have 5 errors, 5 errors from your table. So your free type must be at least 5 plus 1. Okay, at least 5 plus 1. You can have in your, if you refer to past year questions, you may have more than that. Because normally in the past year question, we will give you extra data here, so to let you know which one the best to put for your error message. So we give you more selection there. So make sure that you choose the best. Okay, so from your past year, we will put more. Okay, but for your case, okay, let's say you do individually, you have 5 errors for your operation, 5 precondition, then you have at least 5 different errors in your schema, then you must have 5 plus 1 list here. Okay, the plus 1 is for that successful message. Okay, successful message, it is a must to have that. So 5 is from your errors, plus 1 is for the successful. Okay, so in this case, let's say I have 1, 2, 3, 4, means 4 plus 1 lah. Okay is for the successful one. So it's up to your operation, Then remember, if you refer to tutorial 9, there are one version, text form version, then you have to write in text form. Or you can also write using the graphical notation like this. For success scenario, only 2 lines involved. Don't put other lines. Remember, for successful, only 2 lines involved. One is the variable declaration to display the message. Another one is your message to be displayed. Okay, one is variable declaration for output to display the message. The next one is what kind of message that you want to display. That's all. Only 2 statements here. Okay, do not put other statements. Okay, if you refer to past year question also, there are also the time where the question asks you, create successful schema, call this one. So 2 marks. So actually this is to help you, because it's very simple to do success schema. Only the 2 lines here involved. Okay, so you just do this one. Okay, then the next one is you do the error scenarios. The error scenarios, okay. So let's say I have one error scenario here. The name here is up to you. Follow your own error scenario name, is up to you. Then make sure that when it is error scenario, okay, error scenario, it will be Z notation. No changes to your database. Because got error, how to change your database? Got error, you cannot change your database. So, must use Z notation. Okay? And then, you will see that even though Z notation, and then you have input. Last time I said, when it is operation schema, if you have input, at least one input, you must put remain unchanged, right? For operation schema, remember or not? If let's say you have at least one input, even though it is Z notation, you have to put remain unchanged. But for error scenario, no need remain unchanged. Remember that, no need remain unchanged. But complete schema, you have to put again. But here, no need remain unchanged. Okay, no need remain unchanged. Okay, after you have done this, okay, then you proceed with complete schema. Okay, then you proceed with complete schema. So complete schema is a combination. Complete schema means the whole schema about this module. For example, I am talking about add customer module, I mean a function, add customer, okay, or registration module, for example, or customer module, right? So customer means I want to do something like, for customer, when I want to add customer, okay, in order for me to add customer, I need to have operation schema, add customer operation schema, and then for this operation schema, I want to display success message, because this is success. So I want to display success message. Or I will have error, then I want to display error for add customer operation. So when you have this scenario, so the whole thing that you are going to put here is what we call as complete schema. Okay, so complete schema will be a combination of your success schema and error scenario. Combination of this. But this combination cannot be conjunction, because it's either one, whether success or unsuccess or unsuccessful. Means that if you do this, okay, so you have to use disjunction symbol. So that's why when you do your complete schema, you are going to use one symbol called schema definition. Then normally in the bracket here is for the success schema. Okay, in the bracket here is for the success schema, where for the success you want to do conjunction, because the success message is only for success. So that's why you put conjunction here. Okay, you put conjunction here. But for unsuccess or error scenario, you put disjunction. Okay, you put disjunction. So if let's say we are talking about final exam, up to here is your final answer only. No need to proceed. But for your assignment, you have to proceed with this one. So this is complete schema. The name is full new height. This is the name of your complete schema. Then when you do this, the name must be the same also. Okay. So how you want to do this? I just explain from here. Later we will try to do one of the question. So what you have to do is, remember, when you do your operation schema or error scenarios, you use delta notation or Z notation, right? Then you link with your state space schema. Okay, let's say here, this is your state space schema name, right? Z, then your state space schema. But when you go for complete schema here, you don't have the the delta or Z notation anymore. No, So no more calling your state space schema anymore here. Complete schema. So what you have to do is, whatever your declaration from your state space, okay, whatever variable that you declare in your state space, you have to list down here. Okay, you have to list down here. And then after that, okay, because in our state space normally we don't declare prime variable, so now you have to declare another prime variable here. Okay, just do that. Then this part is from your operation schema. For example, from new height or success or height already known. So these three variable here are actually from this tree. Okay, so local variable from this tree. So you list down all here. And then whatever the predicate part from your state space, you have to list down here also. So here actually I combine already lah. So then we will do a little bit here later lah, how to proceed with this. Okay, so that is actually how you do the complete schema. So we will try to take one question from tutorial to do this. So this one is actually a very simple on how to start with error scenarios for those who still have problem. Okay, so I am taking from chapter 2, count customer last time. Okay, example here where we have state space here, count customer, so you can refer back to whatever we have discussed last time. And then these are actually the operation that we have actually done last time in our chapter 2. So I will not discuss again how we did this. Okay, so I will just proceed for you to understand. This is for update and then this is for remove. So you will see that from the add customer here, we will have two precondition here. Okay, two precondition here. For the update, you have one precondition, and for the remove, you have one precondition. Okay, so from here, I will do a table. Okay, so the table for this, I do four columns. Minimum 3 columns is enough actually. But here, because I want to put remark here to know what kind of error handling remark that I want to put. Okay, so for example, the first column is you put the schema name. The schema name is your operation schema name. Okay, not state space name, your operation schema name. So you put the name of your schema here. Then what is the precondition for success just now? This one is the one that you refer just now. You have 2 for add, 1 for update, 1 for the remove. And then from here, you swap the symbol. Okay, you do the same, just that here, not exist or not a member, become a member. If this one is less than, this one greater than or equal. This one a member, become not a member. This one not become a member, become not a member. So you swap the symbol. Okay, for failure, just like that. No need for you to think of other statement, how to fulfill, no need. Just swap the symbol. Okay, that is how you do the error scenario. Okay, and then for this slide, I add one more column. Okay, just to make sure that you put the remark lah. For this statement, I want to say that this statement show that the customer is already exists. That is what I want to put the remark later. To show that this line is to show that the customer already exists. The next line is already full, means cannot let another customer to enter the shop, for example. And then the next one is customer does not exist. Same thing for the last one, customer does not exist. So from this table, you know that you have two which are similar here, which are the same here. Customer does not exist. Okay, so when you look at this, if you want to do individual error scenario, you just calculate the first one already exists, second one already full, third one not exist. That's all. So it means that you need to do at least three error scenario, not 4, 3 only, because the third and fourth here are actually the same. So you just do once only. Okay, so in this case it's 3 plus 1 for the success. Okay, so it means you are going to have 4 error handling or error 4 message lah. Okay, so for example, these are my message lah that I want to do. Okay is for the success, already exists for the customer already exists, not exist for customers who does not exist yet in my system, and already full to show that the shop is already full. We cannot add more customers in the shop. Okay, so I have 3 error scenario just now plus 1 success message. Okay, so this is how you do the free type or to display error message. Okay, and then from here you can start lah for success. For example, you can put other name. Let's say customer module success. No problem. Whatever that you do is up to you. But make sure that the message here follow the list that you put just now. Let's say the list I put okay here, then here must be okay also. Okay, and then already exists. Okay, remember when it is error scenario, no changes to our schema, so use Z notation. Okay, so how I put this variable? Okay, so the step is when you do your error scenario, first you create this schema. Okay, then you put the name, you put this part first. First part you put this. Okay, you put this one. The next one after that, my way of showing you step by step is you refer back to your table. Wait, this one, customer exists. This is a statement, right? Customer question mark not is a member of customer. This statement, so you copy this. Okay, you copy this, put inside the predicate part here. You copy that, put here. How to continue lah? Okay, and then from there you see that there is an input variable involved here. Then you declare your variable here. Okay, so this variable declaration follow your operation schema. Okay, follow your operation schema. So let's say this one is for add customer. You go back to your add customer. You have customer of type customer. Follow this declaration. Don't use other variable. Use the same variable name. So means here CUST question mark is our variable name. For your error scenario also, you use the same variable name. Okay, so you declare here. Here, you declare customer. And then because this is error scenario, we want to produce error message. Okay, so we have to declare variable for error message. So this variable display here, you follow what you declare for your success one. You follow the same variable for your success. In this case, I put REP exclamation mark of type report. Then here also, you use the same variable. Okay, same variable declaration. Okay, so that later is easier for you to do. So you don't have many variables to be declared. Use the same variable declaration. Okay, so after that, you have to produce the error message. Error message. So in this case, it already exists for this part. So after that, you do this next one. Customer not exist. Okay, customer not exist. Okay, for both update customer and remove customer. So you just need to do one. So same style, you just do the state space, no changes to your state space. Then you put your this one, your precondition for error. Then you declare your variable. Then you put the message here. Okay, so just do once only, just do once only, because even though exists in both, then you have to do once. Okay, and the next one is already full, means that, okay, you see already full, this is the error statement, error message or error precondition. So you see here, no input involved at all. No input, huh? So that's why here, you don't have any input involved. Okay, follow your precondition here. No input involved, so here also no input variable declaration. Okay, but you need the output because you want to produce the output. Okay, so this is individual, individually. So if you want to do add customer complete, then you just do lah. Add customer conjunction with success just now. Already disjunction with already exists. Disjunction with already full. Okay, so because you do individually. Okay, you do individual. So when you do customer complete, then this is example lah. I may miss out some statement here because when I copy paste, I might forget something. Especially you will see, I just realized remain unchecked. So I need to refer back because sometimes I may also forget to put something. Okay, but later I will show you again how to do this. Okay, so same thing for update customer complete. You do something like this. Not exist, you see not exist. Update customer not exist here. And then for the delete customer, you are going to use also not exist because you have the same error scenario for this one. Okay, not exist also. Okay, so now this is another question, or let me show you how to combine. Wait, let me use again for the this one. Okay, let me do how to combine. Okay, let me open new one. Okay, so assuming that if you refer to tutorial 9 or past year questions, normally I told you just now, the question that normally asks you to do, it will be a combination of your error scenario. Means that for add customer, okay, you have two errors or precondition in your add customer just now. You don't split, like one is already exists, one is already full. You don't split. So you combine into one only. So for example, let's say I have add customer error. Okay, so we still use noun customer. Let me copy this too. So I will have customer of type customer. How to know to declare? Because I have customer here. So I know that I have to declare customer here. And then, no more, one input only. But our purpose for error scenario, we want to produce the error messages. So just now we use of type report, right? So we do like this. Okay, so this is your declaration. Combine. So now I have two statements here. Just now we do separate. So what you need to do is, for customer, you put bracket. At the end here, you put conjunction. Then here, the reply here is, what is the reply? Now let's see the already exists. Already exists. Okay? And then for this one, you do bracket, then you put conjunction, then reply equals to already full. Okay? So this one. So you have two error message inside one. So this is what we call as one error messages for add customer. So a schema, an error schema for where you have to combine all the error scenarios into one schema only. But of course here, this error cannot comes together. Normally either one. If this or this. So if you have that, then between here you put this junction. You put this junction. So when you see this junction, okay, you refer to the slide just now. You see that here I have this junction is similar, it's the same thing. Just that for this, you do two small schema. Then this junction between this. But here is you combine into one error scenario. Okay, you combine into one error scenario. So, how to do a complete schema? If this is the complete schema that you separate just now, right, this is the one that we do separately. So, for this one, the complete schema will be, here will be add customer error. Okay, so because you combine already these two inside here. So you just do one enough. What the name is add customer error. You just put add customer error. Okay, so that's how you do the error handling. Okay, the complete schema. So now, how to do the whole complete schema for your assignment. This is the one that you have to do for your assignment. But for exam, whatever, up to here only. Up here enough. Don't do the extra one later, like this one. This one is for your assignment. So, how to do add complete schema. Yeah? Here I follow this name. Put here. Okay, first of all, you refer to your state space. Refer, cannot remember what we have in our state space. I copy that. I copy this. I need to see this is at this is at customer. Okay, I need to see the state space. This one, okay, this is the state space. This is our state space, Okay, first of all, okay, you refer to your state space. Okay, normally what we did in our operation, we do this, right? Delta count customer, right? Okay, when we do this, what is the purpose of doing this? Remember or not? Why we put this? Why do we put this? What do you think? Why do we put this? What is the purpose of putting? Doesn't matter delta or z, but why do we put count customer here? What do you think? What is count customer here? Our state space, right? What is the state space purpose? To communicate with your database, right? So if we didn't have delta count customer, how to communicate with database, right? It's very difficult for you to communicate with them. So the purpose of this is when you do count customer, doesn't matter delta or z, essentially you are like import your variable or anything from your state space to here. You understand or not? You are actually copying whatever that you have from your state space into this. Okay, remember that it's like you are whatever that you have in your state space, you put here. Okay, so that is the purpose of this count customer. Delta or z, no problem, it's the same thing. You are copying the whole thing here. But when you do complete schema, okay, when you do complete schema, no delta or z notation at all anymore. No, this simple. So meaning that you have to rewrite everything again. Okay, you have to rewrite everything again. So that's why for this one you have customer, power set of customer. You have to rewrite again. customer, power set of customer. Okay. Another one is maximum N. Okay, so you have this. You have to copy again. Okay, but of course, when we use delta, just now add customer, delta, we are going to have customer prime, right? Customer prime, right? Means that update, okay? But we have never declared customer prime before. But now, because we are not copying anything, we are not like doing or do delta or z from our state space, then we are going to have customer prime, so we have to declare that variable. Okay, so how to do that? You just put beside here, just put customer prime. Like that only. Just add one more variable for prime variable. Same thing here for maximum prime. You just add that one. Okay, and of course, in your state space, you have this variable, hashtag customer less or equals to maximum. So same thing here, you just put hashtag customer less than or equal. This one, maximum. Okay? So you have to do another copy. What you have to do, you copy this, you put here, and you put prime. Yeah, that is the first step. When you want to do complete schema. Okay, after that, yeah, so this is the state space. So after that, you look back at your statement here. Yeah, you look back at your complete schema statement. The first one is, after schema definition, you have bracket. Then you have add customer. So you do the same thing. Bracket. So here I put bracket. Then add customer is my operation. Now I refer to add customer. Okay, now I refer to add customer. Okay. Under add customer, I have delta count customer. I don't need to use this because I already declared this variable. So I need to copy this one again. But I have customer question mark of type customer. So I need to add this customer question mark of type customer. Yeah, from the add customer. Then after that, from add customer, I have these 4 lines. Yeah, so copy that here because I cannot copy. This is diagram. Okay, so I have to write like that. Customer, not a member of customer. Okay, so in order, remember every line here you have conjunction. So I will put conjunction here. Okay, I use this. Yeah. Should be less than. Then I put another conjunction here. Customer, union customer there. So customer, prime. Customer, union. And then conjunction. The last one is what? Maximum remain unchanged. Okay, so you have that. Then you see that after add customer, you have conjunction. Okay, you have conjunction. Then here you put conjunction. Okay, and then after that you have success. So you look at success schema. So your success schema is just now. Where is it? This one. So we have report and okay only. So report is declaration. So you put here declaration of report. Okay, add that, and then here you just put equals to okay. Okay, and then after that you see, after success, you close bracket. So you just close bracket lah. Same lah, you just follow. Okay, you just close bracket. Okay. And then just follow first. Then after that you are going to update again this one. Okay. So after you have done that, then I have all add customer error. So I put this junction. Okay, for add customer error, you have this So I will copy the whole thing here. But I will put inside bracket also lah. Okay, I will put inside bracket. Okay, so I have that. Okay, and then I look back at the add customer error just now. Anything that I have to write, I have this. So I will see here. I have both already. So no need for me to duplicate again. Yeah, it's the same thing. So that's why I told you just now, try to use the same variable. So we are not going to leave a lot of variables here. Okay, so now we haven't done with the complete schema yet. So I see we have these okay, we have these two. So you look at the original or your success schema just now. I have this one. Okay, so means I don't need to duplicate lah, because it's the same thing, just less than or equal. But I have this statement already to indicate the same scenario. But I don't have the prime. So what I need to do is I put conjunction, then I copy this, then I put prime. Okay, so I do for prime. Okay, these two I have already, customer prime, maximum prime, no problem. So the rest will be the same. If you want to do actually, you can have also, but this one is not really important lah. But actually, some students ask me whether can I put like this also. Actually can, but normally I didn't ask lah. For success, normally I didn't ask. You can already do this one if you want lah. But seldom I ask you to add this one. This one is not really important, but you can add if you want. Okay, this one is up to you. It's not important. The most important is this is what we have in our state space. Okay, so this one is up to you. Okay, you can add this one. Okay, so here I just put lah. Here I just put. Okay, but it's up to you whether you want to add or not. This one is up to you. Okay, then done with this. But now with the error scenario here. Okay, I don't have this two inside here. So I need to copy here. I need conjunction here. I need to copy here. Put conjunction here. I added that. I added these two lines here. Yeah. So I have that. But there is another thing that I need to add here. I put conjunction, and then I have to add remain unchanged. Okay, and then same thing, if you want, you can add this one also. This one is not important. I put the last one. It's up to you. This one. Okay, this one is up to you. Okay, the last one here. I put red color because this one is actually, normally I will not ask lah to do, but you can actually add this one. Okay, you can add this one. Okay, because this is a condition. So we don't really check with the prime lah, but you can add this one. Okay. So after that, this one, I have done this. So means I don't need this anymore. No need for that one only. Okay, no need for that one. Okay, but I need to put all this. Then I put conjunction at the end here. And then same thing. Okay, you can have this. Right. Did I calculate the bracket correctly? Let's see. So bracket, right? Right. Okay, something like this. Okay, so this is how you need to do your complete for your assignment. So this is the one that maybe one or two of you will have more than 1 page. It can be 2 pages or 3 pages. Just to do one. You may have to do 5 or 6 each of them. Okay, so this is the one that you will have a few pages. Just to do. Here, because I have only 2 variables. If your state space has 10 variables, here must be 10. But remember, if you do once, your variable from your state space, you just copy paste. This is the same thing. Okay, you just copy paste. Okay, another thing here, some of you ask, can we take out, remember like programming, right? Take out whichever the same. For example, let's say, for these two, for example, error scenario here, I have this, assuming these two, same, right? These two, same, so you can actually take out, just do one line enough. But you do something like programming, put outside. Okay? Okay? So meaning that for this one, make it smaller. So I remove this. Okay, and I remove this. Okay, then for this only, this this error scenario only, then I put conjunction outside. You can do something like this also, like programming, you want to put outside. Okay, then you choose. You can do like that also, if like programming, okay, put outside. So whichever the same, so that when you do your complete schema, the same thing, just put outside. Then you can copy paste for all. No need to write one by one here. Okay, but this is how you do it complete. Okay? Any question? If I miss out something, I forgot. I hope I didn't miss out something. Maximum. Okay? Should be here. I hope that I didn't miss out. Okay? So any question on here? If not, we take a few minutes break. Then after that, I will continue. How many more slides? This one. This one you can. I will finish up a little bit with the question 2. So this one is actually from tutorial also. But maybe we take a few minutes break first. Okay. Take a few minutes, then I will finish up with this, and then I will go for the partial question. Okay, take a few minutes. Yes. This out. The slide one. This one. Same lah, the one that I showed you this out. This one same. Bigger. Oh. Yeah, one more. Okay. Anybody who has problem logging to your what attendance? Just let me know.
Lodging email password phone number visited information. Mention.
Okay, let's proceed. So this is another questions also from, if I'm not mistaken, from chapter 2 also. Okay, so we have actually done the operation schema for aircraft where you have board aircraft and also disembark aircraft. Okay, so this is actually what we have done previously. So you will see that you will have similar scenario here where for board aircraft here you have two precondition, and then here also for the disembark you have one precondition. So in this slide, okay, so you just do like I did just now where I created the table. Okay, so you just put the failure with the other way around lah. Okay, if let's say it is not a member of, then you put a member of. If less than, you put greater than or equal. And then if member of, then you put not a member of. And then after that, you put the remark. Okay, this remark is for your own understanding later. Because like I told you just now, there may be a few operation schema with the same error scenario, so you don't have to duplicate. Okay, if you do individually. If you do combine, you have to duplicate inside each that. But when you do individually, you don't have to duplicate. Like just now, customer not exist. Okay, actually appear for update and also delete. So you don't have to put or you don't have to do customer not exist 2 times. Just 1 time is enough. Okay, so same thing here. You just do the pre-types definition for your error scenarios. If you have 3, then 3 plus 1. Okay, 1 is for the success scenario. Okay, so after that you do the success scenario. I think, let's say just now you I have what already on board, full capacity, not on board. So here I have already on board. So you can write using your own way lah. It's up to you. Not on board and already full, but do not put like a very long statement. Later your statement will be like you copy paste also very long. So make sure that you just do something like is understandable. And then possible if you want to do something like let's say quantity, very long, right? Quantity, you use the very short form which are understandable, like QTY, something like that. So understood, but don't put like Q only. Q is what? Okay, so very difficult. So something which is understandable, okay, to us, then you can do shortcut, short name there lah, okay. But make sure that it is understandable by other people. Okay, and then don't put too long statement also. Very difficult for you to read also. Okay, so average lah. The long is not too long, and then not too short where you cannot understand at all. Okay, so 3 plus 1 for success. Then after that you do this one. I do combination because this is the from past year. I cannot remember. So write a schema. Normally, if you see past year question, the question will always ask you write a schema. So a combination. So you do this, then you put both inside, like I showed you just now. Okay, like I showed just now, you put straight away inside that. And then complete with board. Then you do the complete schema with this one lah. Okay, you have board aircraft and success, for example, or board error. Okay, then you do something. If let's say I miss out something, you add because sometimes when I do this, sometimes I also like did up down. Sometimes I miss out something. So please make sure that you check again okay, whether I miss out 1 or 2 statement here. Because when I do copy paste also, like sometimes I may copy paste wrongly also. Okay, so this is how you do complete schema for it. Okay, same thing for disembark. Okay, error. You have 1 error just now for disembark. So only 1 error scenario here. Okay, and then after that you do the complete schema, disembark. Okay, so this is actually how you do for your assignment lah. For your assignment. So normally for the assignment, you have to do this. You have to do this. There are, if you look at the marking schema, there is marks for marking for complete schema. Okay, so that is actually for chapter 4. Any question? Because your written test next week will be up to error scenario. Okay, but no need for you to write a very long complete schema. Okay, just you have to understand how to do error scenario. Okay, but not the whole complete schema like just now. Okay, for your written test next week. Okay, so now, any question about your chapter 4? Okay, About error. This one. About error, sorry. This one? Okay. Okay. So this is the combination lah. You can do individually, but the question here, because the question say write a schema, means only 1 schema. Okay, so that's why here we are doing combination for board error only. So combine 2 errors into 1. So refer to the question. If the question asks you to do individually, then you do individually. But the question asks you to do combine, then you do combine like this. Okay? Okay? So now, let's look at the past year questions that I actually put inside the Google Classroom. I will not discuss all the questions here. I will just choose something that is actually something that you have to understand lah. Okay, I'm not so sure whether maybe we have one question where we have to do a table like this from the tutorial. So I will discuss the answer for this one also on how to extract the information from the table, because I cannot remember from our tutorial got or not this kind of question last time. Maybe got, maybe don't have. I forgot already. Okay, so one of the questions that I will discuss here is E. Okay, the rest like new citizens, whatever display, I think you should know already lah. Okay, maybe straight away I will go for E to describe, to discuss about this, and also E and F, E and F, mostly about E and F. Okay, so now let's look at this question. This is from past year questions. Not sure when, is it last year or last 2 years? Okay. So this system is to model the records about citizens, for example, in Malaysia, where you are going to record the name, age, marital status, everything. So these are actually related to that system. You are given 4 basic types here, okay, and then you are given 2 free types, marital status and citizenship here, where for marital status you have single, married, divorced, separated, and widowed. And then for citizenship, you have citizen, non-citizens, and permanent residents. Okay, so you have 3 citizenship given to us. Okay, so this question, because this is from past year questions, one of the question normally you have to construct state space schema. Okay, if you refer to past year questions, there must be one question, doesn't matter long or short, where you have to construct state space schema. So be prepared to do this. Okay, so this question is one of it. Okay, I extract from there. So you have to construct state space schema, where normally in the state space schema, normally we will give the variable to you already. Except, if I'm not mistaken, questions from MCO last time, because it is online exam, we will not give the variable name like this. So we assume the students will create the variable on your own, because online because one of the way why we do that is to make sure that you are not copying each other. If you use the same variable, most of it, and then the way that you do also say, we know there are something there so we will call the students and interview the students during that time okay but yours I think not during that time. Yours is during diploma, right? During that time, most of you, right? So mostly for us we will do that. Okay so, but when it comes to physical, we will give you the name of the variable already. So you just use the name. Don't use other names, given to you. Use other names, minus mark in your final exam. Given to you already. So, construct the state space. So you have to construct the state space here. Normally in the question, we will try not to give something like your assignment style, like very high standard, like extra condition. Okay, this one is actually basic condition that normally we will ask you to do for your exam. Okay, so we don't ask you to do for all this, there exists, whatever. No, normally we try not to do that. But of course, there will be some parts that you may need to use that. But most of the questions, we try not to ask you this kind of questions. Okay, because not everyone has the, how to say, a lot of time to do this, to think and to write the statement. Okay, so the name of our state space is registered citizen. So you have citizens, you have states, you have name, you have age,
when you do the relation. But of course, there are some will have half marks, sometimes will have 1 mark, sometimes will have 2 marks. Each time that you do. So when you do that, make sure that you do it correctly. The type that you use as one. Age, marital status, living state, birth country, and citizenship status. Okay? So you list down all your variables listed. Okay? So then after that you look, describe set of all uniquely identified registered citizens means power set of citizens. Okay, power set of citizens. States. Okay. Describe the set of all states in Malaysia. So we have state. So power set of state. Okay, and then name. Connection between citizen with their name. So we have name and citizen. So this is where you have to indicate whether it is relation or function and so on. So remember one citizen. Okay, let's say citizen is the ID, whatever doesn't matter. In this case, citizen ID for example. So one citizen, one name. Another citizen, another name. But another citizen can have the same name. So it must be uniquely identified. The domain is the primary key. So no changes. So automatically this one will be function. Okay, minimum partial function. Okay, it's okay if you cannot think whether it's one-to-one or injection, surjection, no problem. But if it is a function, straight away you use partial function. That's all. Okay, minimum you do that. So here will be citizen, partial function to name. Just do like that. Okay, just do like that. Minimum, if it's a function, just go for partial function. If actually the answer is one-to-one, but you still use partial function, we are not going to deduct mark because of that. Okay, because it's correct. Minimum is correct already. You understand or not? Okay, marking scheme maybe we put injection, partial injection function. But because you don't, because the statement didn't say is one-to-one or whatever, then we will assume minimum partial. Okay? Age also citizen to age, so N. Don't put AGE, AGE is not here. Use the basic type given only, Don't add your own basic type. In the question, the basic type given 4 only. Use is 4. Other than that can be N. Don't create your own basic type. Wrong. If you create basic type, your own basic type, in the final exam normally, we will deduct the marks because not given to you. Okay? Here, marital status, and your marital status. So here, partial function also to marital status. Okay? Living state. Okay, with the state. Can be injection, but I will just put as partial function on here. And then birth country, normally country, citizen, and birth country. And Okay? So you just do this. I'm not so sure how many marks given here. Mostly, just to let you know, when you have a function like this, normally 1 mark each line. Normally. Yeah, 1 mark each line. So this one normally half mark each line. Yes, normally I cannot remember the marking scheme. Normally will be 1 mark each line. Here is half mark each. So if let's say that is the mark, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 marks only for declaration. Then another mark is for the predicate. So you just put dom name equals to dom age equals to name age marital status equals to dom living state equals to dom birth country equals to dom citizen status. Any more? Equals to citizen. Right? Name, age, marital status, living state, birth country, citizen status, citizen. And another one is state. We have state also here. State here also. So rent. Okay. Rent. Living state equals to. Okay? So that's how you write the statement. Okay? So not sure total mark here you can refer to the past questions. Normally what I have actually marked whatever previous previously. Okay? So normally we will try to give 1 mark each for this one. Okay, when you have the relationship.
讽刺应该怎么
So
什么？这应该
then
怎么
normally
写？
this one will be half mark. Okay?
你看看那个 sample specification，那2
Okay?
份，
So that is how you do
他
the
写好
sequence.
了。
How you do the sequence. Okay. So as I told you just now, I will just do the E and F because this one related to the error scenario. The rest you can try to do that on your own. Let me copy put down so easier for me later. So let's do update citizen detail here where you are actually given table like this. Okay, this is something like use case description that you have learned before. Okay, so you have the precondition here, the one that you need to know. Of course, the use case name. Okay. Then you have to look at the precondition. Okay, initiating actor not really. Okay, initiating actor normally if let's say given to you role. But in our question here, nothing about role at all. So we don't need to consider that. But if there is one more free type here role, maybe staff or customer or whatever, then you may need that as well. Check that. So this question does not have that, so we cannot do that. Okay? And then another one is, I think this question, I copied wrongly or what? This one should be, what is the word? Normal flow, is it? Normal flow. Okay?
你自己傻逼，我为什么要去？
Your operation schema. This is your operation schema. When you see the word exception, this is the error schema. Okay? So from this table, actually, this table gives you a lot of information already through your answer. This table is the, if you compare from other question, this is the easiest because your precondition already stated here. Whatever that you want to do already stated in the question. If let's say you have to do error scenario also, you already know what is the precondition. So already given to you. But still, I saw some students don't understand how to do this. I also didn't know the senior last time. either we have seen in our tutorial box this kind of question or not, I cannot remember. Just that, okay, you look at the precondition. This is your precondition lah. And then normal flow is actually when you see the word input here means that this is the input variable that you have to do. Okay? And then your precondition is this. Then after that, updated lah. Updated means you use update whatever, override or whatever lah. Follow the question. Okay, so if you want to do this, so the name is update citizen detail. Okay, so how to know what kind of update that you want? Normally, you will see the purpose. The purpose is to show you what are the data to be updated. Okay, what are the data to be updated? So in this case, it's actually states to another state and marital status to married. Okay, so this is actually what we are going to update from this schema. These two only. Others we are not going to update. Okay, so you will see here. When you update, then of course there will be an update to our database. So you have to use delta. Okay, then your input registered citizen. So means we are going to get the citizen and states. New states, but marital status, okay, you understand, no input for marital status, so you have to make sure that straight away you update to married or whatever. If you want to have input also can, if you want to have input also can, but in this question, only 2 input requests. Means that one is registered, one is a state. So from here, I put SSC for citizen. You can put other variable. Here I put C for citizen. And then new state of that state. That is my input. Okay, so from here, precondition. Okay, so state must exist. All this thing lah. Okay, so of course I will check registered, because here is registered citizens. That means our registered citizens is a member of citizen. State, new state, because we are talking about racial states. Okay, what's our variable of states? Okay, and then because we are going to update to married, okay, so the new state of the citizens cannot be the same as the existing state, so we look at our state space. So we have this, right? So when we use function application, DB state, we provide the citizens, we get the states. So you can do something like this. DB state C is not equal to understand this statement understand or not? Why I did like this? What is this statement all about? If let's say I ask you to, there's one question ask you to translate or to explain in English language, how are you going to explain this statement? How to explain this statement? This one is to show that the citizen exists in our system. This one is to show that the state exists in our system. Okay, in Malaysia, state exists in Malaysia. But this one is what? This one is to show that the states where these citizens live, the living state of this citizen, okay, the state that he's actually staying now is not the state, is not the same as the new state that you want to assign to him lah. You want to update to him. Means that the new state that you want to assign, let's say now he stay in KL, but he want to move to Selangor, for example. So Selangor and KL must not be the same. If same, then how to update? What's the point of updating the states? Okay, so this statement means the state, the old or the original state of this citizen cannot be the same with the one that you want to update. So that is how you explain this statement. Yeah? Yeah, the living state or the original state for this citizen is not the same with the new state that you want to update in the database. Okay? So another one is you have to make sure that the person is not married because we are going to update to married. So how to do that? You look back at your state space. Anything you refer to your state space. Okay, marital status. Okay, so we don't have input for married. So how to make sure that we say it's not married? So you just do the same thing as marital status of the person is not equal to married. It's not possible. It's not equal to married. That's all. Doesn't matter whether it's single or widow, whatever, doesn't matter. But it's not equal to married. That's all. Okay? So the marital status for this person is not married. Other than that, we don't care. Okay, Then, after that, you can update. So, you want to update? Pergi sana. Okay lah, then we copy the whole thing. Okay How to update? Okay, update.
还在讲是考试。
Citizen remain unchanged.
最低就写这个一个钟10分。
States, we need to update.
一个钟10分，这样写这样差。
Okay, so states, you override, override. States remain.
反正我听不到你们狗叫什么。
Name remain the same.
他们开麦有没有开？
Age
你
also
跟我们
remain
讲
the
乜鬼
same.
啊？哦，點我們啥？
Marital status is the one that we need to update. Okay.
反正我不信你們沒有信心，我大把。
Override. Okay, you have citizen
我的
first.
心很
the C.
多，我不怕
Then you
掉。
have partial function. You use maplet to marry. Okay. Living state we have to update. Okay. Override. C. Maplet to new state just now. Oh, S or not? New state with the S. Okay.
我开
Birth
心
country
换
remain the same.
现在不开心。
And citizenship also remain the same. Okay? So that's how you update the whole thing. So the rest remain unchanged. When you do your this one, okay, how many marks I also cannot remember. Normally, half marks for this one each. So around 1.5 marks for this one. But I need to see the marking scheme lah. Normally will be half mark each of these. Your precondition is up to how you write the precondition. Sometimes can be, let's say this one normally half mark, because very straightforward. But this one may be 1 mark each. Yeah. So according to need to refer to so remain unchanged, normally half mark each. Yeah, half mark each. This one normally 1 mark each. Okay, then this one half mark. So when you need to put remain unchanged, don't forget make sure that you put remain unchanged. If let's say here around 10 variable, you don't put any remain unchanged. If let's say half mark each, 5 marks. Yeah. So don't forget the two. Okay, but sometimes if the question is very straightforward, sometimes the lecturer will put the marking scheme as 3 lines as 1 mark or 4 lines as 1 mark because remain unchanged. There will be questions like that. So I'm not so sure how the marking scheme for this one. Okay? So most of the time, half mark. Okay, so if you didn't do, how to say, if you didn't do remain unchanged, you lose marks. Okay, so especially the one that I told you when you want to display something, you have one input, and this one input involved, but because remain unchanged, the data will not have update. You didn't put remain unchanged. You lose marks because of that. Total mark maybe how many? In this case 10 and 5 marks you lose. Maybe the total mark is let's say 8 marks, you lose 5 marks, get 3 marks. Then you ask why you get lesser because remain unchanged you forget. Okay, students lose marks because of that. Okay, so remember all these things. Okay. So you get this one, what time? Error handling. So you see, this question, okay, given to you this and an error exception. So when you see an error exception schema, here you have to do a combination of errors. So this one, you just do like, you don't give the name, you just do the error handling lah. Update, for example, update detail error. Example, you can put like that. No name for it, then you just do like, whatever normally I will do, I will copy the detail. I will copy this, I will put here first. Okay? Then here I will put copy everything. Okay? Then you take, so you have to change this one become not under off, this one become not under off, this one become equal, this one become. Okay? Then another one is message. Of type. Okay? Then you speak like I showed you just now. So you put bracket, conjunction, message, equal to the use. Okay, then put disjunction. Okay, then you put conjunction, message. Okay, and then disjunction. So
吃饭。吃饭了。去啊。什么？另外一个去。
Check again lah. Something like this. Okay. One error scenario. And then you see that you see the statement here, and you read the whole statement here. Then assume that prepare a complete function, a complete schema of complete function, same thing. So this is where the one that I told you just now about complete schema. So in your exam, you just have to write this statement. Update. I said details complete. Okay, then.
Đây một số cái tán. Đây một số cái tán.
Then you use the schema definition and update. Citizens detail. Conjunction is. Assume that you already have schema success. Okay, so you just use okay here. Then you put disjunction. And use this. So this is how you do the for exam lah. Okay, if you need to do complete schema, just write like this. Okay, this can be either 2 marks or 3 marks according to the question. Okay, so you don't need to write the long one, the one that I told you. That one is for assignment. Okay, not for the exam. Okay, for exam, just write this thing. This is a complete schema also, but we don't do the final part lah for exam. The final part is that schema. Okay, this one is to show that this is what you are going to have for complete schema. Okay? Any question, Adia?
So for other questions, this one, the A, B, C, wait, A is already done. B, C, D, you do yourself, Okay, when remove citizens, I think CRUD, you already know how to do CRUD, new citizens is at, display is to retrieve the information, output, remove citizens is just to show, or remove the data. So remove data normally, okay, you will remove the person from the database, but remember, you have this information, you can remove related to citizen. So do not remove states. Okay, the data of the states, don't remove, because you are removing the citizen information. Okay, so anything related to citizen you remove, but states does not have anything here. States is the one like KL, Selangor, whatever, that one don't remove. So in your question, in your answer here. So for others, let's say you input citizens only, the rest, name, age, marital status, and so on, use domain anti-restriction. Okay? For citizens, you use backslash. For others, name, age, and so on, you use domain anti-restriction symbol when you remove the citizens. Okay, tak ingat dah. Later, next week, you see this kind of question, Domain anti-restriction, this one. Domain subtraction. Let's say C is our input, right? Citizen, I didn't do the schema. Let's say our input is citizens.
Okay, so when you want to remove citizen, okay, you put prime equals to citizens backslash C. So you do that. But for what? States remain unchanged. States remain unchanged. Don't remove states, huh? You are not removing states. But for name, you do equals to anti-restriction. Domain anti-restriction. Age, do like that. Anti-restriction. And so on, huh? You do for others also. Something like this. Okay, huh? Anti-restriction. This is relational, something like related, relational. So this is anti-restriction. For citizens, you have one data only, so you can use backslash. But for others, you have two data, but we have only C as the input. So that's why we have to go for anti-restriction. Okay, domain anti. But don't remove from states. Remove only the rest. Okay, so that is the answer for your soalan. Okay, but I didn't put the whole answer. Just you do yourself, but for others, you can add. Okay, okay. Oh, how you do CRUT? For your assignment? Semua backslash ah? Salah. You input ID, you remove just ID as the input. The rest you use anti-restriction. Okay, no need to have. Let's say you input ID, you have to enter name, ID, enter age. No, when you want to input the information, you get the ID only. Then from this ID, you remove the whole information related to that ID. So same case here, I get the citizen ID, then I remove the information related to this citizen. How to remove? I use anti-restriction. Yeah? Can I? Okay, no more questions. Oh, still got question. Next week I cannot teach you again before your test.
Miss, how many questions?
So any question?
How many questions?
So many questions. What is the question I want to ask next week? Okay, just to let you know, one of the question is to explain in English. That is one part of it. So you have to understand what is the statement means. Okay? The rest is one question related to relation, another question related to function, but doing operation schema. The one with error scenario is related to function. Okay. That's why I said chapter 2 and 3. Function and relation. But doing operation schema. So Z schema lah. But one of the question is asking about translate in English language. Okay? So a few questions, small question, 2-3 marks like that. One question I think from chapter 1, very little only. If I'm not mistaken, 3 or 4 marks only. Or maximum 5 marks, I can't remember. From chapter 1. The rest is from chapter 2 until chapter 3. But chapter 4 is about error scenario. That's all. Okay? Do revision on your tutorial. Because if you understand like this, if you want to do remove the data or display the data, we have done discussion from our tutorial. So what are the symbols to use and so on. If you know how to do that, so most probably you don't have any problem to do your written test next week. Okay? Revise back your tutorial. Okay, so I think I stop here. Okay, any question? Okay, no more question about test. Any question about this? Share the answer. The answer. Later, you want the whole answer or what? No, I do this one. I do this one later. Okay? I do this one only later. For B and C, I will not do. Can I? I
I finish up this one first later. Then I will share inside the Google Classroom. This one. Okay? Okay. So I will stop. I will end our class today. I will see you next week for your written test on Wednesday.